It is Long Island's ultimate prize, the Class 1 Championship Trophy. And today, two of Long Island's most storied programs vie for the chance to claim the title. This is the MSG High School Football Game of the Week, presented by New Balance, the 2009 Long Island Class 1 Championship. The Freeport Red Devils versus the Colonials of William Floyd. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Alongside, of course, is Jimmy Cavallo, and welcome to Laval Stadium here on the campus of Stony Brook University for the Class 1 Championship, Freeport and William Floyd. And, of course, here on Long Island, every football-playing kid dreams about playing in this championship game. And today, Jimmy, we have two of the most successful programs on Long Island vying for the top prize.
I think Freeport head coach Russ Sellon said it best when he told us on Friday, this game is like the Rose Bowl for Long Island high school football. And you're right, Lou. Freeport making their fourth appearance since 2000. They've won two of these Long Island championships. And when you talk about William Floyd out of Suffolk County, you talk about the three-peat, 2005, 6, and 7. Back today looking for 2009.
When you talk about the Red Devils of Freeport, you better know where number 20 is on the field if you want to try to stop them. Kevin Allen has become one of the top offensive forces in Long Island history.
Remember 1993 when Mepham's Amos Zeraway scored 29 touchdowns? It was a Nassau record. That record has been broken by number 20 in red. He's been pressed into the quarterback position, and folks, he can throw it too. Threw a touchdown last week against Farmingdale. But you know what he's done better than anybody in Nassau County? Run the football for public schools, Freeport High School. 29 touchdowns for Kevin Allen. This guy is a dynamic force.
Kevin Allen has put up some sensational numbers. Look at last week against Farmingdale. 34 carries, 244 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was also 4 of 6, 106 yards, a one-man wrecking crew against Farmingdale last week in the Nassau County Championship. On the other side, for the Colonials of William Floyd, there's a young star emerging in their backfield. Super sophomore Stacy Bedell.
Louis, please refer to him as the sophomore sensation, Stacy Bedell. What did his head coach Paul Longo say of Bedell? He is the real deal. How about all county this year as just a 10th grader? An electrifying player. This guy can go the length of the Stony Brook field on every touch. He has been the difference for William Floyd this year. You get sophomores making contributions like Stacy Bedell, you are going places as a program.
Bedell, explosive and electrifying for the Colonials. 91 carries, 632 yards, and 10 touchdowns for Floyd on the year. So the scene is set. The Class 1 Long Island Championship is on the line. Freeport taking on William Floyd here on the Game of the Week.
Guys, it's a good time of the year to get hot. Let me tell you, we're the hottest team on the island right now. Right up the gut. Touchdown, William Floyd.
We are at Stony Brook University, the Long Island Class 1 Championship. Freeport taking on William Floyd. Lou Brogno, Jimmy Cavallo, and the third member of our broadcast team, Maggie Gray, down on the sidelines. Maggie?
Lou, thanks so much. Very windy conditions down here on the field for this championship game. Of course, we're right on the banks of the North Shore of Long Island, so we've seen gusts of wind up to 30 miles per hour. And while both of these teams rely primarily on their running game, this kind of wind can wreak havoc on anyone's game plan. It's not the kind that comes right at your face or right at your back. It's kind of a swirling crosswind, very unpredictable. I talked to the William Floyd kicker, Joe Miranda, a 3-year starter. He said he feels right at home. William Floyd, located on the South Shore of Long Island, also very open and windy at their home field. And just a few minutes ago, our cameras caught up with the head coach of William Floyd, Paul Longo, addressing his team about how to stop the two-way threat of Kevin Allen for Freeport.
At number 20 on their team is a great player, all right? He plays a lot of positions. If we can stay on the ball offensively a lot, then he has to use his, it's only got so much energy in that battery of his, right? And if he's using it up, tackling us and chasing us, that makes him less effective on offense for them, right? If he's got to worry about tackling us, we got to keep the ball. We got to have him use his energy trying to stop us from scoring. We have to stay on the field. We have to keep 20 on the field as a defensive player, not an offensive player. He's a good player. We got to wrap up, guys.
No doubt protecting Kevin Allen, the Thorpe nominee. Paul Longo in his 15th year out of St. John the Baptist High School, 1976 graduate. Played 3 years at defensive tackle for the great Bernie Gamble. What a job he has done with William Floyd in representing Suffolk County. And for Nassau County, the Red Devils of Freeport High and their legendary skipper, Russ Ellen, in his 24th year. He comes by way of Lindenhurst High School, 1975. Played along that defensive line for Bernie Wyatt and Freddie Bruno. What a job Russ Ellen has done in getting his Red Devils back to yet another Long Island championship. 2 schools that are synonymous with this game. We've spoken about the three-peat for Floyd. Of course, Freeport was here a year ago. And for the guys in red and white, redemption is on the line. They haven't spoke about that game a lot, but you know, for these seniors, it's got to be on their mind. For William Floyd, how about this, folks? They lose their opening game of the season to Sachem North, 17-14. Since then, 10 wins in a row. That brings them here to the game of the week and the Long Island Championship.
And this championship game is underway. Taken by Kevin Allen, 20-yard line, 25, across the 30. Makes a nice move and dives up across the 35-yard line. So the Red Devils will start with good field position. Let's take a look at the checkmyskills.com offensive starters for the Red Devils of Freeport. It starts with Kevin Allen at quarterback. Daniel Olivier and is the running back. Jeff Williams, the tight end. Ashanti Foster Felder and Valon Bales, the wide receivers in Jerry Brown. Bateman, Knighton Ward, Medley, Tillman, and Terrell Brown, the offensive line for Freeport, coming in with a record of 9-2 on the season.
And check out that super sophomore, Jerry Brown, in the Check My Skills lineup.
Kevin Allen in at quarterback. He takes the snap. Gets outside momentarily and then is drilled down across the 35 up to the 37. CheckMySkills.com defensive starters for the Colonials of Floyd, Ivy France, and Cantalupo, Tabarone and Howder, the defensive line. Sedaris, Lacey, Brooks, and De Silva, the linebackers. Moore and Bedell at the corners, and Jarrell Johnson, the safety. 2 outstanding corners for William Floyd. You take a look at that defensive line as well.
Did you check out Anthony Tavarone, the junior? What a future this young man has. Stay out of his way, 7-4 coming downtown.
Second down play for the Red Devils. Second down and about 8. Allen takes the snap again, runs it up the middle, and this time very little room as he spins across the 37-yard line.
Well, you got to keep yourself honest if you're on that defense of William Floyd and Kevin Howder and company, the defensive end. They know the game plan is simple out of the Wildcat with Mr. Allen. Look at the pursuit of number 66 coming across the line to make that play in Howder.
Let's go, defense!
One setback in the backfield with Kevin Allen. Olivier. Allen keeps it himself and is brought down after a short pickup. Great defensive stance there for the Colonials.
What a series for Howder, too. I mean, just bringing it. Watch him once again. You know, listen, you know he's coming. And look at the speed of Howder coming across the line of scrimmage. Beautifully done.
And there's a flag down on the play, a face mask penalty called against William Floyd.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So that will give him a first down.
It's a 5-yard variety, takes it up to the 42. So the Red Devils will repeat third down here. It's 3rd down and 2.
So it does not give him an automatic first down, just of the 5-yard variety. See Joe Grady, our officials and company. So Coach Sellen loses his senior quarterback, Paul Ketchens, in the playoffs a couple of weeks ago. Since then, falls into the hands of number 20.
They give it to Olivier. He's hit and drilled. Might have lost a yard on the play. Anthony Tavarone in on the play. Also Kevin Lacey.
I mean, this has been the story for William Floyd this year, is the pursuit of this defense. And watch it once again. Little belly to the junior up front, and just a lot of green guys to the football. Finishing that play off is Kevin Lacey, the inside linebacker. Lacey, all county and a captain. And look at 74, Tavarone, 5'11", 295 pounds.
On a 4th and 1, Kevin Allen punts it away. Big coverage downfield, but Floyd's going to have good field position up near the 40-yard line. Returned by Jarrell Johnson. Here's the checkmyskills.com offensive starters for William Floyd. Starts with their senior quarterback, Darryl Moore. Stacy Bedell and Antonucci are the running backs. Rick Stoner starts at tight end. Romeo and Willis, the wide receivers. Terrell, Bayer, Clark, Walsh, and Warren Ritter across the front for the Colonials.
And you got to check out number 21, Stacy Bedell, as that underclassman in the starting lineup.
1st and 10 for Floyd at the 40-yard line. There's Darryl Moore. Steps back, delivers outside. Catch made, and a big defensive hit on the outside by Seiji Hinton. And here's a look at the checkmyskills.com defensive starters for the Red Devils of Freeport. Olivier, Knighton, Ward, and Bateman up front. Williams, Ferreras, and Werner are the linebackers. Very quick secondary. Groover, Foster Felder, Hinton, Kevin Allen, and Brian Bonara.
Oh yeah, number 7, Jeff Williams, the junior underclassman in the Check My Skills D.
Running option. Here's Moore trying to get outside. He's not going to get there as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Terrell Brown, that was Louis. Great pursuit by Terrell Brown. Never lets that play get going. Watch it once again. You're looking at Terrell Brown right there. Sheds the block and comes off on the inside. And no room right there. Terrell Brown, all county as a junior. This is a guy getting it done on and off the field. Look at the size of this guy, 6'2", 255, an honor roll student in the classrooms at Freeport.
Here's Moore rolling out left side on a 3rd down play. Delivers incomplete. Threw that one out of bounds. Great coverage by the Red Devils. Michael Groover over there on the coverage for Freeport.
Yeah, well, he had to throw that ball, Lucas. 51, Henry Ferraris was coming with a head of steam. So good, nicely defended that time by Freeport, and they get high marks on their first series, as you'll see the William Floyd punt team come out now.
Joe Miranda comes in to kick it away for Floyd. He stands at his own 30-yard line. And back deep, Jeray Brown for Freeport. He stands at the 25. 8:06 remaining here, first quarter of this Long Island Championship game. It's a high end-over-end kick taken there by Brown at the 30-yard line. Gets a block, now cuts it back against the grain and takes it up near the 40. And he is stopped there. So Freeport has good field position to begin their second offensive possession.
Boy, I tell you, it's just a good job by Jeray Brown to catch the ball. Maggie Chronicle what the wind is like here today, Lou. So you're back there returning punts today. Your work is cut out for you. The ball's going to be swirling around, and watch Brown. This is a sophomore, folks, in a championship game, given the duties of returning punts. And not only does he catch it, but he advances it upfield. And he's the brand new punt return, only doing it for a couple weeks.
Allen takes the snap, has his seam, and cuts it up across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 7 on the play for Kevin Allen.
Well, Kevin Allen, a Thorpe nominee for running the football. And when you think about running the football, you always think about the guys in front of him. Our Melrose Credit Union protectors of the asset. The boys up front, Bateman, Knighton, Ward, Medley, Tillman, and Brown. Good size, good scheme. Lots of cohesion for that Freeport offensive line.
2nd and 3, and Allen drifts it outside to Jeray Brown. He picks up the first down across the 50-yard line.
And, of course, when you're talking about the Melrose Credit Union, if you're an athlete getting it done on and off the field, Melrose Credit Union wants you to know. Become eligible for the Melrose MVP Scholarship Program. All you have to do is log on to msg.com/Melrose for more info. The Melrose Credit Union MVP Scholarship Program. And Terrell Brown, the junior honor student in the classroom, he is our Melrose MVP Scholarship recipient for this game along that offensive line.
Under 7 minutes now remaining here in the first quarter. And the give is to Olivier. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss. Big play by Andrew Cantalupo, who comes in to make the play.
Oh, yeah, in Cantalupo, Louis. And he reads it, man. He gets an excellent read on the play. And just watch him. He's just going to follow the play. A lot of deception on this spread offense. And Cantalupo, really outstanding year for Cantalupo. Look at the penetration. Sticks his nose right there. Done a good job sacking the quarterback. The one thing Polanco said about Andrew, he really moves around well, uses his speed and quickness to create plays.
Second down, 12, high snap. Allen able to get a piece of a great stiff arm. He takes it across the 45 and steps out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
What do the great ones do, Louis, right? They turn something that looks like a disaster into a positive thing. And make no mistake, this play's got disaster written all over. First, watch the catch on the snap. Little one-hand variety there. And then watch the stiff arm number 1. Here comes stiff arm number 2. Turns it north and south. And gets some good yardage on the play to put him in a third down in a manageable situation. You know, special players do special things on the football field. And Kevin Allen has been that for Freeport High School. I mean, never comes off the field. Both sides of the ball, a leader through and through.
6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. First quarter, another high snap. Allen steps up in the pocket, delivers. Beautiful throw. He's got Foster Felder at the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Freeport.
Back-to-back games, these guys have hooked up for a touchdown. And who says he's a running back playing quarterback now, Louis? He threw a touchdown pass in the Nassau County Championship against Farmingdale to Ashante Foster Felder, and he's done it again. And this one, look, thrown against his body the other way. Perfect location on the football, and Ashante turns and burns for his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Andres Lopez is in to kick the extra point as the Red Devils strike first. Snap good, kick on the way, and it is no good, wide to the left. So a timeout on the field, 6:01 remaining here in the first quarter. The Red Devils strike through the air. Kevin Allen to Ashanti Foster Felder, and Freeport leads it 6-0.
Oh, so glad to have you aboard right here on the MSG High School Football Game of the Week. Freeport, the Red Devils take a 6-0 lead on the Colonials of William Floyd. And it is once again Allen to Ashante Foster Felder. Foster Felder, 11 touchdowns last year, only 2 this year. Coach Russ Sellon said, we've had trouble getting him the football, but when we do, we know good things are going to happen. Once again, look at Ashante Felder holding it in. The honor student in the classroom looks from Cornell and UPenn. And these guys have got that connection going in consecutive weeks. You talk about Russ Sellon and Freeport and their road to getting to this Long Island championship. It's been a good one for them. Freeport taking on Farmingdale. Red Devils seeking their 5th Nassau championship. The junior Daniel Olivier banging into the end zone. And then Kevin Allen to Ashante Foster Felder, 66 yards. Freeport, your Nassau champs, going to the final. How about William Floyd seeking their 6th title? Stacy Bedell, the sensational sophomore up the middle. And then when you talk about William Floyd, 2009, it's got to be the defense. Sachem North, oh, they're on it now. In the end zone is Nick Sedaris. William Floyd beats Sachem North and avenges that only loss of the season, which brings them to the Long Island Championship today. So 2 rock-solid victories. You have to have credentials, Louis, to get to the Long Island Championship, and the credentials are you got to be a county champion. Russ Sellon comes out of Nassau County as the champion, and you see the 5 plays, 60 yards, minute and 51 seconds. Foster Felder, 43-yard touchdown reception from Kevin Allen.
Welcome back to the MSG High School Football Game of the Week. It's the start of the second quarter, and Freeport leads Floyd 6-0, and I'm so glad to be joined by the former Floyd, let's call him a star, Brock Jakowski. You are a 3-year starter on both sides of the ball, very similar to Stacy Bedell and what he's doing at Floyd now. What does it take to go 2 ways as just a sophomore on varsity?
You got to be coachable, and you gotta always work hard. I mean, that's the key to anything is hard work. And if you're coachable, we have an amazing coaching staff here at William Floyd, so I'm sure he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, we know the coaching staff is great. 3 straight Long Island championships. That's what you were a part of before you went off to Hofstra. What was it like those 3 straight championship years?
It was a dream come true. Growing up, always dreaming of winning Long Island championships. To actually do it is a dream come true.
Well, living out another dream, playing at Hofstra now as a receiver. Brock Jakowski, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Maggie, it's not too often you can say a guy's the greatest player the program's ever had. You can say it with this guy. He's the only Hanson winner that William Floyd has ever had. How about 2005 against Baldwin? To the house is the super sophomore Jakowski. We moved to 2006. He's a junior now, and nothing's changing, baby. On the go route from Sedaris. They're champions once again on Long Island. And then 2007, looking for the rarest of rarefied air, the three-peat. Same old story, baby. Number 30 into the end zone. Brock Jakowski, a Colonial immortal. And there's the three scores. 34-27 in 05, 42-20 in 06. And then, of course, in 2007 against the Dalers of Farmingdale, 42-0. Brock Jakowski, 3-year starter. What a ride. And now, the one thing you love about him, folks, he stayed home. He's playing for the pride of Hofstra, and he's on the field.
Third down and short, and they give it to their short distance runner, Luke Miller, who powers his way across the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Colonials. As the second quarter is underway here at Stony Brook.
That's a lift, too, by Miller. Watch Miller here. You know, this play looks like it's going to stop, and then this is why you do the leg lifts, the squats, the clean thrust, whatever they call those things that guys that lift weights to, Louis, because he was pushing some weight right there, was Luke, and that's just power football, and you love it. Tough kid. You know, his brother, Andrew Miller, was the 2003 running back, played against Freeport in that legendary game, and this guy, he's their goal line guy, short yardage guy is Miller.
There's the give to Bedell. Stacy Bedell takes it across the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. You see that explosiveness of the sophomore running back.
Great action at the point of attack for William Floyd. Their offensive line schematically. Look at the guys coming down the line of scrimmage. And beautifully done. Out there, 52, Danny Bayer. 57, Brandon Clark, the center. This is the center coming out to pull, folks, after he snaps the football. And Bedell just follows the guys in the green hats and turns it upfield for good yardage. So good job right there by Brandon Clark, the 5'10", undersized center.
First and 10 for the Colonials at the 18-yard line. The give is to Nick Gastor. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and then drives forward for a yard or so. Red Devils playing it very well at the line of scrimmage. A short pickup on the play. We are just underway here in the second quarter of this Class 1 championship game. Freeport leads it by the score of 6-0. Floyd knocking on the door here at the 15-yard line. Second down and 8.
You know, one thing these defenses probably know, Lou, is they're defending the goal line. These two schools do not kick. You probably will not see a field goal on this night.
Moore gives to Miller, who powers his way inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line.
Miller, just a picture of strength out there. And when you see the dimensions of Miller, 6 feet, 200 pounds. And he gets those tough yards. Miller has done a great job this year reading the hole. You know, so many times when we talk about running backs, about their legs, their feet, their strength, sometimes it's your eyes that's the difference.
Third down. And about 5 to give to Bedell. He hits the corner and is dragged down at the 7-yard line. Great play by Michael Groover. Looked like Bedell was going to get around that corner.
Yeah, Groover, good speed to the outside. See, Bedell, just a sophomore. He's going to learn over time. Everything is not to the outside. He cuts this ball inside. Bang, right there. He's probably going to get this first down, no question. Still gets really close. But you're right, Lou. Look at Groover. Well, he prevented that play from going into the end zone, possibly. Number 8 in white, Groover. And what you like about veteran guys in the secondary like Groover is they bring a little experience. And it comes down to a pull. A lot of slack there, Louie. I don't know. He got it.
And it is a first down for Floyd.
So Bedell says, all right, Jimmy, I knew where I was going.
Well, the Colonials will have a first and goal at the 7-yard line. 6-0 Freeport on top. Paul Longo.
Paul Longo, of course, 05, 06, 07. They also had the 42-game win streak that was snapped by Lindenhurst a year ago. What a job he has done with these Colonials. Amazing.
Floyd comes up in the eye. Here's to give to a Story. He's got an opening. He's in. Touchdown, Floyd. Huge hole on the right side of the offensive line, and Nick Gastor takes it in, and we are tied at 6.
Well-designed play, and Gastor does what he has to do to hit the hole, and so small but finds a way. Look at the guys coming out there and block. It doesn't always got to be a pancake block, and Brendan Terrell, the 6'2" senior left tackle, shows you that right there. Quick, explosive speed on Nicky, and he's got some strength too.
So Joe Miranda in to try to give the Colonials the lead. Snap is good, the kick is on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the left, and we are tied at 6.
And the kicking is going to be a bit of an adventure tonight with the wind. But Nick Gastor is a great athlete, folks, and you can see the quickness right here. Hits the hole. This is a young man who's been the starting center fielder for the baseball team since 8th grade. You crack the starting lineup on varsity as an 8th grade, it says something about your presence. But once again, look at the guys up front coming down the line. See 72? Little kick-out block right there by Brendan Terrell, and that's just what they needed. You know, Terrell, you saw him coming down the line of scrimmage, a scoring drive, 8 plays, 43 yards, 3 minutes and 53 seconds. And Coach Longo has tied this game up.
Welcome back to the MSG High School Football Game of the Week. Freeport leads William Floyd by the score of 12-6 here in the Long Island Championship.
Well, Lou Russellen came aboard in 1986, and if you ever make your way to a Freeport game, try and get next to the locker room and pin your ear up against the door.
Here we stand in the biggest game, the main event of Long Island High School football. This is the main event, okay? Here you go. They don't like us. We don't like them. And I'd have it no other way. We proved you get us in the corner, and we're not going to cover up. We're going to start swinging. Last week, it's like a pillow fight. Balls in the air. Nobody even got dirty. Let me tell you what today is. Today is a street fight. And I'm tired of hearing teams win a couple games. We won Freeport. Ah, you got us. They want us? Careful what you wish for. Let's go.
It's just beautiful stuff. Just beautiful stuff. As we walk the hallways, Lou, myself, and Maggie on Friday afternoon, Russ, I asked him, I says, do you prepare that stuff? Do you think about it? And he said, you know what, Jimmy, Lou, Maggie, I don't. It just sort of comes to me. And know this. The town of Freeport, the district of Freeport, is lucky to have a guy like Russ Sellen at the helm. He is a guider of young men. He shapes young men's lives, and most importantly, he cares about these kids on and off the field, and they walk out the door better young men than when they walked in. That's Russ Sellen right there.
Well, his Red Devils have the lead, 12-6 here in this Long Island Championship. 2 titles so far under Russ Sellen. He's won 5 Nassau titles. What a job he has done at Freeport.
I could listen to him all day, too, in the locker room. Just, he's creative. He's real. You know what I mean? It's not just about, hey, go out there and, you know, stick them and hit them hard. And, you know, it's just, he's real. He gives you great analogies about life and about, you know, trains coming down the tracks. What do? You get out of the way when the Red Devil Express is coming your way. But he's one of the good guys in high school sports, and the results are there. I mean, he's won 2 of these Long Island championships, making his 4th appearance since 2000. And he's always in the mix, even though, as you said, Louie, things were shaky late in the season. They got the wheels on. They got new life getting into the playoffs, and they've gotten hot at the right time. And their leaders are leading them right now. And they have a 6-point lead with 6 to go here, second quarter, in the Long Island Championships on the Game of the Week.
Of course, the wind keeps blowing the ball off the tee. So Foster Felder has to hold. And it's a good kick down to the 5-yard line. Nick Astor returns across the 25, dragging tacklers with him. It spins across the 35. Terrific return by Nick Astor.
Yeah, that's what happens, to get to William Floyd for folks around the tri-state area. Here's what you do. You get yourself on the Long Island Expressway East. Make sure you got a full tank of gasoline and maybe a sandwich or two, because you're going out there, baby, to exit 68. But what you get in Mastic Beach, that's what William Floyd is you get toughness. You get kids who are athletes. You get kids who come along in the right kind of programs, and they learn how to compete out there. And that's exactly what guys like Astor are all about. They want to play in games like this, and they want to get out there and lay it all on the line for their Colonials.
30-yard return brings the ball up to the 35, and the Colonials have it 1st and 10 to give to Bedell. He is hit by Kevin Allen and driven back. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it's the Linvettes, as the junior program out there in Mastic Beach. And Bedell and company, they grow up wanting to be Colonials. And now it's time for them to maybe respond once again. It's like, boy, tough. Kevin Allen. I mean, you can't say enough about Kevin Allen just being out there on every play and then carrying that responsibility of running that entire offense. Amazing.
Well, we talk about his offensive exploits, but Russ Sellon says he's the glue to the defense as well. Here's the give to Astor. And he turns what could have been a negative play into a 2-yard gain.
Terrell Brown, just good speed for a big guy. 6'2", 260-pound junior. Watch number 73 here, folks. This is a guy coming down the line of scrimmage. He's got to find the ball carrier. A little shifty guy right there. Doesn't always got to be a big pancake block or tackle, but just get out there. And that's just good athleticism for a big young man like Terrell Brown.
So a third down and about 8. Floyd 2 for 4 on third down conversions. They come up in the eye. And they hand it off, and nowhere to go this time. Luke Miller carries the football. And a short pickup on the play.
Team defense there. Pursuit to the football. Henry Ferraris, Matthew Werner. And that is just good team defense right here. Watch 51 and 52 come down the line here. Nowhere. Just good action right there. Rough and tumble, Henry Ferraris and company as you look. And Matthew Werner. And Werner, good lacrosse player, just a tough, gritty kid. 2-year start on offense, now over to the defense.
Miranda to kick it away. Heavy pressure by Freeport. It's a short kick that bounces across the 40. And the Red Devils will have it at the 38-yard line. 3:35 remaining here, second quarter. 12-6 Freeport.
Louis, I always say it to you at some point in the first half of these games. I think it's our first big little moment here of the game. You look up, there's 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Freeport just stops Floyd on offense, and now it's a 6-point game. Russ Sellon would love to go into the locker room at maybe 19-6 or 18-6 or 26 if they were to get it 2. That would be sort of a cushion where they could feel a little comfortable going into the locker room. It would, listen, by far, the game is not going to be over. But that would put William Floyd in a little bit of hole, give Freeport a lot of confidence. And, Paul Longo knows this is a big little series here for his defense.
Well, the Red Devils send twin receivers out to the right side on a 1st and 10. Kevin Allen back to throw. He steps up and fires, and it's incomplete, intended for Vales, who was behind the coverage.
I know my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Raywood, is thinking, Jimmy, what's a big little series? But you know what I'm thinking at home. You just want to keep the score like it is. And for William Floyd, hey, plenty of time. The clock stops now on that incompletion. William Floyd maybe get a 3 and out here. And good field position off the punt. Maybe sneak something in here at the back half of this quarter. But when they got the wind at your back on this night, you're going to be able to air the ball out a little bit. And you see Allen, that time maybe he got a little wind behind that ball and just sailed on him. Russ Sellon.
Second down, 10. Football just shy of the 38. Allen takes the snap, wants to run this one, takes it outside, and is hit on the corner and drilled down. Bedell in on the play, also Jarrell Johnson.
Oh, Jarrell Johnson, number 25. And Bedell and meeting Kevin Allen, and that's been our comparison tonight. But whew, that was a good-looking stick right there by Jarrell Johnson, a basketball player. He's had a solid year. And you see Kevin Allen. Watch this right here. But watch number 25 here, Jarrell Johnson, come up and pursue Kevin Allen. See him working off the block right there. Bang, right there. Sticks his nose in there. So Bedell and Johnson, a little 1-2 punch. And Jarrell Johnson has had a good year at safety for Coach Longo and the Colonials. And there's your comparison. See the touches going by the way of Allen. Total yards over 102 touchdowns for Kev.
Allen up the middle on a 3rd down and 8. A short pickup on the play. Kevin Lacey in on the tackle. You see Lacey, a 3-year starter, all-county performer. And a timeout called on the field as a 4th down will be upcoming. 2:29 remaining here in this second quarter.
Well, it brings up a 4th down now, and you expect Russ Sellon to be punting the football here. And he wants to talk to his guys a little bit. There is history when you talk about these two teams, Lou, and you know they have met before in this Long Island championship. You know, Freeport and William Floyd. It was well before that William Floyd run got going. Freeport was the big and almighty Red Devils. The year was 2003 when Freeport and Floyd met. And that game had historical ramifications that we'll talk about as this game went on, because at that time it was only Freeport and Russ Sellon that were running the spread offense. Russ Sellon was sort of like the godfather of Long Island spread offense, but that would sort of change the landscape of high school football when you talk about that spread.
So Allen in to kick it away. It's a high booming kick that bounces at the 35-yard line, and that's where it's down, so Floyd will put it in play there. 2:21 remaining here in this first half. The Colonials with 2 timeouts left.
Well, you got time now if you coach Longo. That's just what you wanted. Opportunity was there for Freeport. Your defense turns over a 3-and-out. So Paul Longo now, hey, listen, 1 score away from not only tying this game up, but taking a lead into the locker room. So how things can change 1 possession to the next.
Freeport not ready on defense, and the Red Devils have to burn a timeout.
But Lou, I mentioned that year 2003 when Russ Sellon and Paul Longo would meet in the Long Island Championship. All kinds of great players were on the field that day. It was those Red Devils taking on William Floyd. Freeport had come in winning the 2000 championship, but 2003, hey, their focal player, their prime timer was number 21, Leslie Jackman. 13 yards into the end zone, 13-0. But back. That was last week, I should say. Jackman was now number 21. And, of course, this is the road to the championship. Stacy Bedell and company against Sachem North. And little Mr. Sedaris, watch him. His brother Joe was the quarterback a few years ago. Touchdown, William Floyd, as they get to this final. And the one before that was Olivier, number 21. Oh, I promise you, we'll get to Leslie Jackman and company back in the day. Well, Paul Longo, you talk about doing a solid job. You know, you got to go back to 2002, the last time William Floyd lost more than 1 football game in a season. Think about that, folks. 2002, the last time they lost more than 1 game in a season.
Here's some play action. Darryl Moore, he's going long, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Groover at the 25-yard line and takes it up across the 30. Michael Groover with the pick.
Well, this is throwing the ball into the wind, and it's a crosswind, a swirling wind, so you see the deep balls going in this direction are going to be really tough. And Groover back there just playing center field, and you watch this one once again. Looks like this play has got some potential. The receiver's got a little separation. We see Groover, he does a great job. He's playing the quarterback the whole way. Groover sees the entire flight of this ball. Watch once again, Groover, backpedaling number 8. He's got this ball locked in from the word go. He makes the break on it. And the 3-year starter in the secondary, 3-year starter in the secondary for the Freeport Red Devils, Michael Groover, and a captain gets a pick.
Kevin Allen takes the snap, breaks a tackle, gets outside. Allen across the 45-yard line. And another great run by number 20.
And he's the workhorse, Kevin Allen. And he just runs with some great toughness and grit and just keeps on coming. Diverse young man, too, part of the studio arts program, Mrs. Yodowitz at Freeport High School. Drama and comedy. You'll see Kevin Allen up on stage. Said he might fancy an actor someday. Lil, how you like that?
Talented young man.
Yeah, well, you watch the tail end of this run. His next performance should be Raging Bull.
Here's Allen again. As a hole, finds a seam, powers his way across the 40-yard line.
Well, it's been my theme all night that Kevin Allen, he's on the field both ways. So how's his energy going to be? Watch him outrun the guys in green here. There's a lot of green jerseys around him at the point of attack, and he just leaves them behind as he turns it upfield. Kevin Allen.
Kevin Allen has put up some sensational numbers here in the playoffs. He had 309 yards against Oceanside, 292 against Baldwin, and 242 against Farmingdale. So Freeport gets their 6th first down. Allen cranks it up, going for Foster Felder, who was open at the 10-yard line, but overthrown.
Oh, Ashante. So much speed. He is a handful for this Floyd secondary to deal with, and they dodged a bullet right there. You know, we talk about one quarterback playing both sides of the ball. There's our other quarterback who's also going both ways, is Darryl Moore. And watch it once again. Allen loads this thing up. But there's this tremendous crosswind that's just, wreaking havoc with any ball that's in the air tonight. Brings up now 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:21 to go. But that's our theme all night. See the camera blowing around, folks. Our guys from MSG are rock steady with those lenses. They got to hang on for dear life tonight on the game of the week.
2nd down, 10. Give to Olivier, and the ball is fumbled and picked up by Floyd. Ball came loose and picked up by Bobby DeSilva.
Whoa, almost a disaster for Freeport, and Floyd will take it. They blow the whole play up. Watch it once again, the fake on the inside. Sedaris comes in with a big pop, and the ball hits the turf, and there to pick it up is Bobby DeSilva. Watch it once again, the exchange, bang! Look at Sedaris, Nick Sedaris. That is laying some lumber right there. Number 5 in green, and there to pick it up, it was Bobby DeSilva.
So Floyd gets a break. Let's see if they can capitalize. They call a timeout with 1:15 remaining here in the first half, and they trail by the score of 12-6.
Boy, Nicky Sedaris, a captain of this club, number 5 in green. He's the younger brother of Joe Sedaris, tough kid. And listen, here's a guy, folks, who tore his ACL not a year ago, not 10 months ago, in the spring. He came back to football 4 months later and made a big play. Last week you saw him recover the fumble against Sachem North. And you got to give athletic director Mark Mensch credit. He made a play tonight. Here's the play last week. Watch the ball against Sachem North. It's a lateral, folks. And look who comes up with it. First he tackles the would-be ball carrier, and then Nicky Sedaris jumps on it for a touchdown. Sedaris. But he came back in 4 months from ACL. I don't know how you do that, to be honest with you. But you know how you do it? You get after it every day. Dedication to the rehab. Long hours. He looks like his brother Joe, too.
Boy, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he absolutely does. And he was a fanatic. He was a fanatic to get back because he was hell-bent on playing his senior season with his buddies, his friends out here at William Floyd. And Slick Nick is out there, boy, making impact plays.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Colonials from the 42. And they run a reverse. Here is a Store trying to get outside. He's being pursued and is brought down shy of the 40-yard line. They're going to lose yardage on the play. Just see the speed there by Jeff Williams.
Oh, man, if there's one program that's tough to run a bit of a reverse against, it's the speed of Freeport. And Jeff Williams at the back end of that play, he makes them pay for trying to run that play against them, because all the speed of Freeport strings the play out. You see stringing it out, there's number 8, Groover. And then watch the back end. Bang, taken down in a hurry by Jeff Williams. Jeff Williams moved from safety to linebacker, and you see him, he's watching the play the whole way. And he's got his containment right there. The outside lane was his, and runs to the football. Does so many things, does Jeff Williams. They can put him in a wide receiver, tailback, running back, really can do it all. You know, when you talk about him. Russ Selland gathering the troops. All right, folks, the aforementioned 2003 Long Island Championship between Freeport and, of course, William Floyd. Here we go, baby. We'll take you back to 2003. I mentioned Leslie Jackman. Here he comes, Jimmy. Where's number 5? Who are you kidding? 13-0 for Freeport. But back comes William Floyd. It's Anthony Miller this time. Here's Miller grinding his way into the end zone. Don't look now. The Colonials out of Suffolk cut it to 13-7. But on this day, you were not beating this team. This was a big-time team. Randy Mills to Eric Rettmeyer, 40 yards. It was all Freeport, 40-7. And what a legendary victory that was for Freeport on that day. And as I said, at that time, you know, Paul Longo came into that game and said, Russ Selland with that spread offense, I sort of like the looks of that thing. And more teams from that day on sort of started running the spread. Now, you know, Paul Longo's not all spread now, mixes it up with a lot of formations, but he introduced the spread to his club then. And now really, you know, more than a third of the teams on Long Island are running spread.
Ball comes loose on the snap. And Luke Miller falls on top of it. Clock ticks down inside a minute remaining here in this first half.
Yeah, I had a great conversation with the outstanding writer from Newsday, Bob Herzog, in the press box, and he chronicled that whole sort of change. See the motion man right there? That's where the ball hit, was Chris Valentin. Well, Bob Herzog was telling me coming out of that 0-3 game how everything sort of changed after that. Everybody wanted to go spread. That's always, we see a lot of spread now, Lewis. The spread has spread.
It's a third down play, and they hand it off. Not much there. Luke Miller carries the ball.
You know, one thing, too, that Mr. Herzog was telling me, and I've heard this, too, that Russ Selland, listen, he will help you if you want to talk a little spread football. You can even be a team in his league, you know what I mean? And he'll share the knowledge, but, you know, he's one of those guys, listen, these football guys, they know, listen, even though if you know what's coming, you can't do anything about it. You see the guy to his left right there, the black hat right there, Jerry Mackey, part of that Ring of Honor for Freeport High School. And Mackey went on to a great career at Syracuse, some time in the NFL. And, you know, as I mentioned many times, that Ring of Honor, you know, when you talk about Freeport High School, and you see Mackey with his linebacker. See, he's got the varsity jacket on to your left-hand side. This is what you love. We've seen this before with the Brickashaw Ferguson. You know, the great Brickashaw Ferguson for Virginia, now part of the Jets. They come back, they wear their varsity jacket. We saw Jerry Mackey at the team meal on Friday. Folks, this is a guy, legendary Syracuse, into the NFL. He wasn't standing in the back of the room big time in the Red Devils. He was sitting down eating with the guys.
Absolutely. And let's check in with Maggie.
Yeah, Lou, just to go on that one, Jerry Mackey, first full season on the sidelines for Freeport. And he said that, you know, he didn't spend enough time in the NFL to be able to give tickets or give a lot of money back to the program, but he can give his time. And being young, these kids really look up to what he's saying and, of course, the achievements that he's had. And he said that even though he's gotten offers to go to other football programs, he would not even think about ever leaving Freeport, guys.
And punts it away across the 50-yard line, and Freeport will have the ball at the 48. Just 9 seconds, though, remaining here in this first half. There's just so much pride with those Freeport guys in their program.
Nah, listen, it's, you know, and they're great guys. You know, Jerry Mackey you know, when you see him, he gives you a handshake, a hug. He wants to talk about some of the guys on the team. I mentioned he's eating with the kids. He's talking football, and it's about that time that he wants to spend with guys. You know, last year I was standing with Russ Sellon on the football field. He drove by in a car. He was beeping, hanging on the window, yelling hi to the coach. I mean, and that's the difference with these guys. You know, whether it's Marlon Greenwood or DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Jerry Mackey, Clifton Smith, Aaron Valentine, they're all part of that Ring of Honor. But they're all so proud of their days as Red Devils. And like I said, he wears his varsity jacket. DeBrickashaw Ferguson wears his varsity jacket.
Here's Kevin Allen, who breaks a tackle and then is spun down at the 48, and that'll be the last play of the first half. Freeport in the lead by the score of 12-6.
Well, it's a good job by Floyd hanging in there. A couple opportunities. But in the end, Floyd and Kevin Howder and company kind of hang in there and keep this deficit at 6. And Freeport, you know what? We've seen what we thought we would see out of the Red Devils of Freeport. Kevin Allen dictating, working the football, and they have a 6-point lead. But what we most like, Lou, is after 2 quarters of football in the game of the week, nothing is decided. A big second half straight ahead.
All right, let's check in with Maggie.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. You guys already have a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown against one of the best defenses on Long Island. How?
Well, these are two real good teams, and they're so tough inside. We're just having a real hard time running inside. And we were lucky enough to get a couple of one-on-one matchups, and we hooked up on one of them, and Kevin made a great play on the other. So, we just got to keep playing.
Yeah, for Kevin Allen, someone who took over at quarterback when you needed him to, someone who's been a 3-year starter for you. How special has he been for you?
Well, we would not be here. We would not be anywhere close to here without him. As you can see, he does everything for us, and he's the guy.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
All right, Maggie, and our score at the half is Freeport 12, William Floyd 6. As you might expect, Kevin Allen has been a big part of Freeport's success here in this first half. 12-6 in the Long Island Championship. Welcome back to the MSG High School Football Game of the Week presented by New Balance, and Freeport leads Floyd by the score of 12-6 here in the Long Island Class 1 Championship.
As always, we check in with the Check My Skills, connecting college coaches with student athletes nationwide. The benefits: you can gain exposure to colleges and universities across the USA. Enroll and increase your chance for a college scholarship. It delivers comprehensive online resumes to recruiters. You can upload your videos and photos to showcase your skills. All you have to do is get prepared, get exposure, and get recruited. All you have to do is get on checkmyskills.com today.
And we are at Laval Stadium here on the campus of Stony Brook University. Lou Brogno along with Jimmy Cavallo. An exciting Class 1 championship game. In fact, it's been an exciting weekend of championship football here on Long Island. The Class 2, 3, and 4 championships decided as well.
A lot of pressure on Nassau County because in the last 2 years, Suffolk has swept 2007 and 2008. So Nassau looks in, coming to get off the schneid. Garden City and North Babylon. Matt Montgomery to Kevin DeShilly. Garden City ties the game at 6. Watch this. This is a sophomore kicker, Ryan Norton. His first ever kick wins the Long Island Championship. It's the first time he ever kicked the football. Ryan Norton wins it. How about Class 3? Half Hollow Hills West taking on Lawrence. DeMar Altman. Speed and then some. Look at this guy. Navigate the field. Forget about it. HHH West was off and running. Then it's Javon Cruz. Oh, yeah. Too much. Half Hollow Hills West in this one. They beat Lawrence and get one for Suffolk County. And then Class 4, Seaford and Amityville. Robbie Anderson up top to Mike Gallo. Gallo, his 14th touchdown of the season. 14th. That is a county record. And you see the scores right here. Garden City gets Nassau off the schneid, wins it 9-6. Half Hollow Hills West, big over Lawrence. That was an entertaining game at Stony Brook. Up and down they went. And then Seaford, 34-20 over Amityville. So Nassau with a 2-1 edge, which brings us into the second half of our game.
And here in this Class 1 championship, Freeport and Floyd going back and forth here in this first half, and it was the Red Devils who struck first.
Yeah, when you talk about Freeport, you know you're coming into the game. You know you're going to talk about number 20, Kevin Allen. He's all over the field, and he did not disappoint in the first half of this game. First quarter, up top to Ashante Foster-Felder in stride. 43 yards later, it was 6-0 for the Red Devils. But, of course, William Floyd, character team. Nicky Astor, Slick Nick, 7 yards, and it was 6-all. But then in the second quarter, Kevin Allen gives Freeport the lead. Look at Kevin Allen, right side, inside the pylon. It's 12-6, and that's where we stand right now. And then, of course, the Freeport defense keeps William Floyd at 6 points, which brings us to the halftime stats, Louis.
Take a look at the first half numbers. Freeport with 128 total yards and turnovers, each team with one apiece. Fairly even first half statistic-wise, fairly even on the scoreboard as well, as Freeport leads it by the score of 12-6.
Freeport's such a rich tradition, Louis. All kinds of great players, great names, big names. And it's time for our USA Football Homegrown Hero Tribute. We're going to the Brick House, baby. We are talking about none other than DeBrickashaw Ferguson. This guy was a man-child at Freeport High School. 2001, DeBrickashaw Ferguson won the Thorpe Award. You see number 60, Pancake City, both sides of the ball. He was a flat-out stud. From Freeport, he went on to Virginia, and now DeBrickashaw Ferguson playing for the Jets. Jets. USA Football so proud of their homegrown hero, the Freeport alum, DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
And his Red Devils are one half away from capturing a Long Island championship. Our score at the half, Freeport 12, William Floyd 6. Here on the MSG High School Football game. Freeport leads William Floyd 12-6 here in the Long Island Class 1 championship game. Let's check in now with Maggie Gray. Maggie?
Lou, thanks so much. Got a chance to talk to Paul Longo of Floyd at the half, and he said that his line up front has got to do a better job. They have to give more time for their quarterback, Daryl Moore, and they also have to give bigger holes for their running back, Stacy Bedell. When I asked him about Daryl Moore's long throw, his first attempt that was intercepted, he said, yeah, Freeport's doing a good job of throwing into the wind. They have to do a better job. I also asked if since every single extra point has missed in this game, if he would even attempt another extra point. He said he's still 50-50 on that one. Back to you.
All right, Maggie, and Floyd trailing by 6 here at the half. Let me take a look at some of the past champions here in this Long Island championship game. Connect Quad, of course, winning last year over Freeport. William Floyd, 3 years in a row, 05, 06, 07. Longwood took the championship in 04, and these Red Devils captured the title in 2003.
And there's a whole lot of Floyd in there, Louis. Floyd. And, of course, season end a year ago for Paul Longo with that playoff loss to Lindenhurst. And then, of course, this year they open up the season and lose to Sachem North 17-14. Who'd they see in week 2? Lindenhurst. Boy, they avenged that loss. Beat Lindenhurst 41-7. And so 15th season for coach, 3-time Long Island champ, 6 of the last 8. Russ Sellin won this title in 2003. Was in the game. You saw Connecticut was the champion a year ago. It was Freeport that lost that game to Connecticut. And, you would think, Louis, traditionally that would be a theme for Freeport this year, that, hey, get back, redemption. No way, said Russ Sellin. I never even heard anybody mention it, he said. It's amazing, this team. They got their eye on the prize, and that's 2009.
That ball is live inside the 5-yard line. Nash picks it up, and he is pinned down inside the 10. So Freeport gets a big break to begin the second half, and Floyd will start in the shadow of their own goalpost.
Yeah, that ball was alive and kicking. And this is just what you did not want to do if you're William Floyd now. A terrible field position, and so Coach Longo will send out his senior quarterback, Daryl Moore. Coach Longo. Lou, you did not like Coach Longo's dogs when we went to visit him. Well, boy, Coach Longo's got a couple of German Shepherds, and boy, I had to peel Brockno off the roof of the car. Shadow and Ghost are the 2 dogs.
deep-seated childhood fears.
Oh man, they are big too. They look like they could be pulling Maggie around with that Iditarod hat she's working tonight.
Here is the give to Bedell.
Now I'm in trouble with Maggie.
Across the 10-yard line, a short pickup on the play.
So a lot of football to go now. This game right there up for grabs as Suffolk County tries to even it up here in 2009. In the 4 classes of Long Island championships, Seaford and Garden City already winning titles. And there's Maggie. Uh-oh, here we go.
She to save the best for last, guys, here in our final game of the season. But it really is truly freezing down here. It is worth it to wear this big hat. But speaking of German Shepherds, got to tell you about Oscar Bruce, who plays for Freeport. He's a junior linebacker. Uses his neighbor's German Shepherd, Jack, to practice going against running backs as we have catch on the field.
It's Michael Groover bringing it back inside the 10. Maggie?
That's an interception for Groover and his second of the day. And there's one thing that you're going to learn in a hurry if you're Daryl Moore is that no deep ball is safe throwing it into the wind here. And the ball just hangs up and Groover is like, hey, listen, I love games like this because the ball is not a true ball tonight. And Groover sees it right into his hands for his second pick of the night. And watch it once again. Moore's got plenty of time, sets his feet. You know, that's a ball on a regular weather night that gets to the receiver. On this night, it's not going to get there. So you actually have to compensate on every throw, which is a tough thing to do on a deep route.
Golden opportunity here for Freeport. Kevin Allen takes the snap, takes a big hit as he runs up the middle and takes it inside the 10-yard line. It'll be second and goal for the Red Devils. Freeport already has a 12-6 lead here in this Class 1 Long Island Championship.
Yeah, well, listen, turnovers in big championship games will cost you in a hurry, and especially deep in your own territory. And that is a turnover that William Floyd can ill afford, and Groover has had a great year. Russ Selland said about Groover, his ability to play a receiver, he knows routes, and it in turn creates his anticipation to the ball.
Kevin Allen has an opening, touchdown Freeport.
Well, he's thrown one, now run for 2 as the Kevin Allen show continues, and the Red Devils are up off their seats at Stony Brook. And points off turnovers is always number 1 in the stat column. When you get into a championship game, you got to capitalize when you get a turnover, and Coach Selland's boys did just that. Watch it once again from the Wildcat. Gets a couple good blocks on the interior and walks into the end zone. Whenever a guy goes in untouched, you got to give credit to the boys up front. They opened up a lane for Kevin Allen to hit.
Lopez in to kick the extra point. He's missed his first 2 PAT tries in this championship game. This kick is on the way, and it is good. So he nails this one, and it's 19-6 Freeport.
Well, Kevin Allen, a great connoisseur of old cars. He drives an old Cadillac. He loves to work on cars, man. He's like the STS version of the Cadillac now. Acceleration into the end zone. And watch it once again. A lot of good blocking up front here by Freeport. And Allen, he just runs to daylight.
You know, it's funny. We were talking to Kevin Allen. He said, of course, he wants to win this championship for Freeport, but he wants to win it for Nassau County as well. It's been a drought for Nassau.
Yeah, he said that, Louie. You're right. He said, you know, Freeport, number 1, first and foremost, my boys, but also it's about representing our county. You know, Nassau County was shut out in the last 2 years in the Long Island Championships. 0 for 4 in 07, 0 for 4 in 08. And, you know, you get, you know, programs with a lot of pride like Freeport and those Nassau County football schools, you know, they want to have a good showing. So it was not lost on Kevin Allen that Nassau was in a bit of a slump. And it's a 96 DeVille that Kevin Allen works on and drives to school every day. But he says he just likes to work on any kind of cars. With his uncle Kevin. And so Kev, tune it up, man, getting some horsepower.
Well, Floyd is now down by 2 scores. A long way to go in this Class 1 championship game. Colonials will try to muster up an answer here. Here's Lopez, who kicks it off. It's an end-over-end kick taken by Astor at the 10-yard line. At the 20, accelerates across the 30, and then is driven back there. So the Colonials will have the football. Let's check in with Maggie.
Yeah, Lou, you and Jimmy were asking if Kevin Allen has a nickname. Well, I'm going to nominate him to be the mechanic. Not only has he fixed some things wrong with the Freeport offense here coming down the stretch, but like you said, loves to work on cars. He told me his dream car is a Hemi Barracuda. That's made by Chrysler. And I asked him, why not like a Porsche, a Ferrari? He just smiled at me. He said, that Barracuda, it's a smooth ride.
Maggie,
back to you.
but you got it right there. You got the nickname. It's Hemi.
The mechanic. Oh,
Hemi is the power version from those old Mopars and those muscle car days. All right, Kevin Hemi Allen. I like
well, I drive a Volkswagen, so I don't really know.
Bedell carries it, takes it up the middle. Not a lot of running room here tonight for Stacy Bedell. He has not been able to find the seams.
But it's tough sledding inside against a couple good defensive fronts for both of these programs. And now, Floyd, listen, Lou, you look up on the clock. It's the third quarter. There's 9 minutes to go. There's a world of time to go in this game. So you just stick to the game plan, try and put some points on the board, and go from there.
Pick up a 2 on that last play on 2nd and 8. That one tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete.
Getting those hands up. They always teach that timing play. And Cephas Knight and Ward along that point of attack, doing a good job with his teammates. And you watch it once again. Oh, it was number 72, I should say. Looked like got his hands up on that one. And that was Ronnie Tillman.
So a third down play upcoming for the Colonials. 3rd and 8. 9:23 remaining here in third quarter. Twin receiver split left and right. Darryl Moore being chased, in trouble, gets away across the 35 and dives just shy of the 40. He'll be short of first down yardage.
Yeah, good speed that time because it looked like that play was going to be stopped for a loss. But excellent acceleration by Darryl Moore. You see Darryl once again. This is a coverage play right here. The coverage is there for Freeport. And see bearing down upon him is Corey Bateman. And good job just to create a little something out of nothing.
Well, it's 4th down and 2, and it looks like the Colonials will go for it in their own territory at the 39-yard line. And Freeport calls timeout.
Well, a little bit of a chess match here. You know, Coach Longo showing that they're going to go for it. You never know in that situation where they're going to try and draw the defense off sides or... So Russ Selland doesn't want to take a chance. He wants to talk about it. They weren't lined up right or something because you could see Coach Selland having a nice spirited conversation with his defense.
That's a good adjective there, spirited.
Oh, yeah. He's a spirited guy, Lou.
His team has a 19-6 lead with 8:36 remaining here.
Yeah.
Freeport band, they always do a great job entertaining the crowd.
Does the wind affect the trombone guys? I don't know.
Doesn't look like it. They're having a great time.
Yeah, no question. Always good ambience when you hear the guys playing during the high school games. With Russ Selland, his son Matt is on the staff now. His son Mike used to be on the staff, now an assistant at Cary. Russ and his wife Sharon enjoyed a nice Thanksgiving. I said, hey, Russ, were you able to, sit down and relax Thanksgiving and not think about football? He says, I did stop thinking about all the craziness of the championship for an hour. 1 hour, that's all there was on Thanksgiving without thinking about this game.
So Floyd lines up to go for it on 4th down and 2. And they will run it. They give it to Miller, and he dives ahead and has first down yardage. Luke Miller, tough short distance runner.
Well, Coach Longo told us, goal line, short yardage, Miller time, baby. And that's where they go. You go to the power back. And you sort of know it's coming if you watch some Floyd football. Follows the lead block of Tommy Antonucci, the fullback, and Antonucci gets a good push. See Tommy 23, and Luke Miller will do the rest. Good year for Luke Miller, sturdy, strong runner.
1st and 10, Moore hands it off to Bedell, bounces outside, then puts his head down and picks up good yardage as he powers his way up near midfield.
Well, that may be one of those little moments, Lou, you look back on in this game if William Floyd comes back and wins it, is, with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter inside their own territory, they went for a 4th and 2. That was a gutsy call by Coach Longo. Sometimes as a coach, though, you think outside the box. You gotta know your team. You know what I mean? And Coach Longo felt his boys up front get a good push. He knows Luke Miller rarely gets stopped for less than 2 yards, so why not? The percentages were on their side.
2nd down, about 3 or 4. Aaron Willis in motion. The give is to a store, looking to get outside, being pursued, and he dives forward. Should have enough for the 1st down. Corey Bateman chased him down, but a store picks up 1st down yardage.
It was a great effort by Bateman too, right? I mean, Bateman had some ground to make up there and just kept on coming. This is a great kid, Corey Bateman, too. Coach just loves him. Look at the speed here to the edge. One-handed tackle by the jersey. And he's a captain on this team, and he earned it. Powerful, explosive. This is what Russ Ellen said about him. He'll run you down, and we saw it right there. Teams run the stretch play in the opposite direction, and you don't think you got to block the backside, and here comes Corey Bateman running you down.
Colonials now in Freeport territory. Outside is Darryl Moore. Calls his own number and takes it up the sideline. Picks up another Floyd 1st down. Inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line.
They got a little life now, the Colonials, don't they? Excellent belly fake to the interior. See, Darryl Moore is going to sell this play. Watch how he sells the dive straight ahead. Sticks it in the gut, then pulls it back out. He gets all the guys in the white jerseys moving to the interior, and then good burst to the outside by the senior quarterback. And he does pick up good positive yardage right there. He's a captain of this team, an all-county quarterback. And listen, he's known as one of the best corners on Long Island on defense. He's done a great job at quarterback, too.
He gives to Bedell, who has a little bit of a seam and dives across the 30-yard line. Stacy Bedell, extremely fast, says his coach Paul Longo. Played JV as a freshman, and he really is high on him, Jim. He said, I can't imagine how good he'll be. He's going to be special.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's had some big runs this year, 70-plus. And we saw Brock Jakowski with Maggie in the second quarter. That was the last sophomore to go both ways. But he is a humble kid who's got a bright future, and he's all county as a sophomore.
2nd down, 7. Darryl Moore hands it off to a store. Breaks one tackle and then takes it out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down for the Colonials. Stops the clock with 6:06 remaining here in the third quarter.
And then a big 3rd down coming up here for William Floyd. But Lou, I don't have to tell you, they're in 2-down territory now. I mean, they went for it at their own 40 a couple minutes ago. So you got 2 plays here, and you expect, you see number 6, 2nd back here. This is Miller territory now.
And the give is to Miller, has a big hole. Powers his way inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. He may be about a half a yard short.
Miller, he just doesn't go like a runaway train. He always seems to catch a little read at the point of attack, and that prevents the early contacts. He is head up at all times, and then he makes that little adjustment right at the line of scrimmage. And once he gets past the line of scrimmage and gets those wheels turning, you're not going to stop him for no yardage. Strong kid. And I think he's got enough here.
The officials ask for a measurement. They stretch the chains. And let's see. No signal yet from the official.
Look at this, Lou. He's putting his American Express card in between there.
And it is a first down
Hey,
for Floyd.
even if you're an official, don't leave home without it.
Well, it is a first down at the 23. So the drive continues for the Colonials.
Good program, William Floyd. You know, you go for it on fourth down, and now they're playing power football, and they got this drive going based on that gutsy, risky call of going for it on fourth down. They're making it count.
Bedell turns the corner, cuts outside, straight arm, and cuts inside the 20, taken out at the 17-yard line.
And this is just power football now. You know, they've had their troubles putting the ball up in the air with these swirling winds, and you're seeing just a cohesive, well-executed attack right now from Coach Longo, William Floyd. Two guys trapping down the line of scrimmage, misdirection, you know, just playing power football right now. And you start picking up 6-7 yards on first down against Russ Sullivan's Freeport club, it says something about your offense.
Second down, a Store hit behind the line of scrimmage, gets away, and still maintains his feet inside the 15-yard line. Terrific run by Astor, who was hit behind the line.
Well, it's, you know, Lou, you're right. I mean, it's not a run that's going to get into any of the columns in Newsday or on the internet or on the TV highlights. But you know what? It's a big one, because if they stop the play dead right here, you're looking at a third down at 5. But look at Nick Astor, pounds his way for 4 and maybe 5 yards and gives them this third and short situation where they love to go to Miller.
3rd and 1. Handoff to Miller. And he has the first down as he carries tacklers with him to the 10-yard line.
Well, now the stage is set for this drive. You know, the first down markers will hit the turf. It's going to be 1st and goal, but you got to do it the hard way if you're William Floyd. You got to go the full 10 yards as the ball sits right on the line. And now they've had some struggles throwing the football, but you can throw some short routes here if you wanted. But now it's 1st and goal, ball right at the 10.
Officials call timeout momentarily. Looks like an equipment adjustment. 4:39 remaining here, 3rd quarter. Freeport has a 19-6 lead here in this 2009 Long Island Class 1 championship game.
Oh yeah, Cephas Knight and Ward. Coach Sullivan says he's my first Cephas.
Daryl Moore hands it off. Tom Antonucci carries. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 10. Antonucci, the senior fullback.
So tough to run on the interior. And you can see Kevin Allen, because Allen, he doesn't have to make the tackle, Lou, but he clogs up the hole and doesn't give you any daylight to run through. So Kev Allen in this D now. They survive first down without any damage. Now shotgun.
Daryl Moore rolling out, fires, has a receiver inside the 5-yard line. John Romeo makes the catch and dives out of bounds at the 4.
Well, it's a good-looking play, too. Johnny Romeo on a little out here, and it's a well-thrown football. Got to put some zip on it if you're Daryl Moore, and he does just that. And Romeo does the first thing he needs to do is catch the football, and now you give yourself a chance on short yardage situation. And Romeo's had a good postseason, honor student.
3rd and goal from the 3. Miller carries, dives, in, touchdown! William Floyd, what a run by Luke Miller.
Well, it looked like they were going to 4th down, but then the 2nd and the 3rd effort by Miller gets it done. And then he's got the awareness, Lou, to extend the football and break the play to the goal line. Just a great play by Miller. Watch it once again. The play is bottled up. He's going nowhere. Somehow he escapes out of there and extends the ball over the goal line, and he gets the call.
So Miller caps off a terrific drive by the Colonials.
Boy, he has been perfect tonight, Lou, in short yardage situations. And let's see if they go to him once again.
So Floyd lines up for 2. 19-12 the score. Here's Moore rolling out, fires, end zone, 2-point conversion is good.
Chris Valentin, Lou, went down and got the football, and the senior makes a big catch right there. Gets himself in position and holds it in. And don't look now, but the Colonials have closed to within 5 points of the Red Devils.
3:46 remaining third quarter. Floyd with a great drive, and they close it to 19-14. Back at Stony Brook, Freeport leads Floyd 19-14 here in this Long Island Class 1 championship game.
Well, it was important that they got in close because they got the guy, the grinder, in Luke Miller, and does just a wonderful job of extending the football, runs into the pile, never gives up on the play. Look at him. You know he's pumped up. And they go for 2. And on the little swing out, Chris Valentin, the senior wide receiver, looks the ball right into his hands. And so they got some momentum going now, do the Colonials. A moment ago, Miller was marching up and down the sidelines, getting his boys going, as he should. This is a team of character here. You know, Paul Longo, I asked Coach Paul Longo how his Thanksgiving was. He said he went to his mom's house, typical, you know, Longo Thanksgiving, lasagna and turkey. His dad, Joe Longo, is his #1 fan. But he said last Thanksgiving something was missing when you talk about, you know, our fans and our football. We had won 3 straight Long Island championships. They got eliminated last year by Lindenhurst, and just an empty feeling, and they were so thrilled to get back into this championship setting here as we're on the brink of December and the Christmas holiday. This is the way they like it in Mastic Beach, playing for the whole bowl of wax.
This program has enjoyed so much success. They were 9-1 a year ago. And they were generally disappointed with that 9-1 season. Coach Longo had a great line. He said most teams would, if they were 9-1, would throw a parade, but that's not the way it is at William Floyd.
Well, you know, listen, they were coming off 3 straight Long Island championships, and you know, this year they lose game 1, win 10 in a row, get to the playoffs, beat Longwood, a 2-7 matchup. Longwood, the 7th seed, you know, down 6-2 at the half. They win the game 15-6. Round 2, back to the scene of the crime against Lindenhurst, and they blitz Lindenhurst 42-19.
Well, Freeport has the football at the 20-yard line. 3:46 remaining here in the third. Kevin Allen takes the snap and struggles ahead. Dives forward to about the 23-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play.
Yeah, second and third efforts because Kevin Howder was along for the ride. Howder, so impressive how he goes down and gets the ball carrier. He's just got, listen, we talk about Allen as the Hemi. This guy's got a motor too, Howder. He's got that football motor. And he just puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback at all times, Howder. You know, this year he's just done such a magnificent job on defense. 6 sacks, 52 tackles in the regular season.
Allen back to throw on second down. Going deep, and it's caught. Caught by Jeff Williams, the tight end, across the 40 and across the 35-yard line. A big gainer for the Red Devils.
And tonight is one of those nights, if you're a defender or receiver, you're going to have to make adjustments on the ball because none of the balls are going to be true with this win tonight. And Jeff Williams does a great job of making an adjustment. He knows he's got to put the brakes on this ball here. The defender never looks back for the football, and Jeff Williams takes advantage of it. That's a huge play right there. You know, we always talk about teams responding. Look at Williams right here. He knows to put the brakes on. The D-back doesn't look back, and he makes him pay.
45 yards on the pass play for the Red Devils. The snap to Allen, has a hole, cuts it up the middle, across the 20, and dives inside the 20-yard line down to the 17.
Well, we just said how Jeff Williams made a huge reception as a receiver. But, folks, this is what game-time players are all about. He's not back in the huddle celebrating that big reception because he knows on the next play he's got to make a big block for his quarterback, Allen. Watch the right side of your screen, number 7. Look at his block right here, coming down the line of scrimmage. Puts it on Howder, too. Toughest guy to block. on that Floyd team. Howard still comes in on the back end of the play with some hustle and muscle, but that's playing a championship game. It's all the little things you got to do. You got to play every play 100 miles per hour.
Allen again takes the snap and goes straight ahead as he runs over defenders at the 10-yard line.
The momentum shifted seemingly from Freeport to Floyd after they go for the 4th down, drive the field, and punch it in to cut it to 5 points. But then a big play sets up this drive once again, and now looks like Freeport now. They got it going once again with Kevin Allen doing his thing.
And Floyd calls a timeout with 1:55 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. They try to stop the bleeding somewhat. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 when the Red Devils snap the ball next.
Well, still almost 14 minutes of football left in this game, so still a lot of time on both ends, but you're getting down to that nitty-gritty time. And most importantly, though, you're seeing a response here by Freeport. Floyd gets back into this game, and here comes Freeport. Bang. Don't look now, but the ball sits on the 10-yard line, just like that. And that's the way championship caliber teams respond, you know, powerhouse teams. You know, Freeport is not one of these programs, neither is Floyd now, who just makes an appearance in these games once in a while. They've become, you know, part of the fabric of the Nassau County playoffs and, of course, the Long Island championships. Came into this night talking about Allen and Bedell, the cagey veteran senior against the flashy super sophomore. And listen, you know that Allen, by virtue of how many more opportunities he gets, is going to pile up big numbers. But you see, 205 total yards, 3 touchdowns that Allen has accumulated for. And Bedell, he'll still have plenty of moments in this one.
Allen takes the snap, tries to cut it in, does inside the 5-yard line, and twists his way down to the 3.
Boy, Lou, you said it too. Not only was it a cut, it was a rocket cut. I mean, that's how you cut the ball inside and turn it up. You know, too many times you see a young ball carrier just string this play out and run into the traffic. Watch this right, whack, right here. Turns it inside on a dime and head north and south and gets good yardage. And gets them a 1st down now inside the 5.
1st and goal for the Red Devils. Here's Allen, dives in, touchdown, Freeport. Another impressive performance for Kevin Allen.
He's leaving it all on the field, is he not? In his final game as a Red Devil. Yeah, Freeport's had their share of Thorpe Award winners. Guy Riccardi, Clifton Smith, Chris Edmond, DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Chris Richey. And I don't know if Kevin Allen's going to win it, but let me tell you something. He's got to be in the conversation because there's nothing he will not do for the better of the Red Devils. Both sides of the ball, just carrying the load on his shoulders is number 20 in white.
Andres Lopez is in to kick the extra point. High snap, kick on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the left. So Freeport's lead is 25-14 with 1:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of this Long Island championship.
The kicking is just a circus tonight. But it's a wild, windy night. And you talk about a head of steam and momentum, Lou. And they just get a good look at the block by number 21. I didn't see that on the first look. Daniel Olivier. Olivier, 21, will be the feature back next year. He was the lead blocker. And then there's the extra point. That's been what's going on tonight through and through. And Kevin Allen, Lou, you know, it's going to be tough to knock off Anthony Brunetti from Holy Trinity for the Thorpe Award. You know, some great ones, you know, Greenwood and Jimmy Jones, Marlon Greenwood from Freeport, a finished runner-up, you know, but then there's no shame in finishing in the top 3 when it comes to the Thorpe Award as the best player in Nassau County. But he has put on an absolute show in the postseason in 2009. And there's the junior blocker who led the way, He'll be the feature guy next year, Daniel Olivier. And it's all about team football to win these championships. And Olivier, you know, not a lot of touches tonight, but a great contact block right there to spring his senior buddy.
So Floyd finds themselves trailing 25-14. They look for a big play here on this kickoff return to try to get the fire lit once again. They had a terrific drive on their last offensive possession. And they've got two burners back deep. Kevin Allen, another big night. 21 carries, 121 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 4 of 8 through the air, 100 yards through the air for Allen. Of course, we all knew about his running success coming into this game, but he really has opened up some eyes with his passing tonight as well.
Listen, he's an athlete. He's a gamer. I always get myself in trouble when I talk about, you know, the Thorpe Award, who should win it, Lou. Last week, Holy Trinity, I was saying it was Brunetti. This week, I'll talk about Allen. I'm sure there's some Lawrence people saying, hey, man, what about our guy, Johnny Kinder, man? He's got to be in the conversation. You know what? They're right. Kinder special from Lawrence. That's going to be a tough vote. It's coming up this Wednesday night.
Stacey Bedell can't find the handle and then struggles to get it up across the 15-yard line. So Floyd will start deep in their own territory. Minute and a half remaining here in this third quarter. Freeport with a 25-14 lead.
Now 11 points, the differential, but listen, whenever you're in a football game and you're within 2 scores and you're still in the third quarter, there's a lot of life. So Russ Ellen knows you got to play 4 quarters of football to win. And he will coach it right to the end.
The Colonials come up at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for Floyd. Here's Darryl Moore looking to throw. Quick drop and flips it outside. Good-looking pass by Darryl Moore as he zips it out to Romeo, who makes the catch on the sideline.
Hey, see, that is a good adjustment, too, to Romeo. He knows he's got to put some gusto on that ball. And Romeo's got the best grades on the team. Baseball players, got excellent hands. See that? That was almost a drop, Lou, but the lightning-fast reflexes of the 3-year varsity starter, Johnny Romeo. Honor student. You know, they move him around tight end, does a great job blocking it. He played in this game in 2007 and won a championship.
1st and 10. And the give is to a Store, who dives across the 30-yard line up to about the 31.
Corey Bateman played an aggressive night of football, 53 and white. And, you know, listen, you look up a lot of these defensive plays, and there's 53 throwing his body around. He's having fun out there, too. You could tell. That's the one thing. That is the one thing. And you could see just out of the outstretched hands of big number 73, Terrell Brown, but Bateman was there.
On a 2nd and 7, a Store gets the handoff. Oh, the ball is loose inside the 20-yard line. A big pileup. And the officials jump in quickly to see who has it, and it is Freeport. The Red Devils recover the ball inside the 20-yard line.
And Louis, it was Corey Bateman again, number 53. He lives for these situations where he could just go hell's bells, baby, and come straight ahead. And he's the one that puts the pop on the ball carrier and pops it free. Oh, Russ Ellen's defense is playing with some swagger now. Bang, you see it right there? 53 sticks his face mask right in it with a little help from Henry Ferreras. And that ball comes free. Once again, look, he's working off a double team here. Look at this play. Wow, great look by the guys in MSG on the truck. And that ball comes free. That is as good of a defensive play as you will see in high school by Corey Bateman.
Freeport a chance to blow it open now. Allen takes the snap, dives inside the 20-yard line down to about the 18. Inside 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, this is jugular time. You know, stick your foot on the throat of the opponent. If you're Freeport, you're going into the fourth quarter now. Another 20 seconds for Allen and company. But that was some play by Corey Bateman. I mean, you know, that's a championship caliber play. He's fighting off the double team and finds his way into the ball carrier and, man, jars that ball loose. And they will hold up 4 fingers to the sky now will the Red Devils, because they know they are 12 minutes away from winning their first Long Island championship since 2003. And they are in the driver's seat right now, up 11 points in the red zone.
1 quarter of football to go here in the Long Island Class 1 Championship. Kevin Allen finds the end zone again, and his Red Devils lead it 25-14. Welcome back to the MSG High School Football Game of the Week, presented by New Balance. Freeport leads at 25-14 here in the Long Island Championship. And of course, it's championship fever on the New Balance High School Weekly this week. And our buddy Mike Quick is here at Stony Brook on the sidelines. Mike?
Lewis, what's up, buddy? Hey, this is the Class 1 Championship, and I know at the half you showed some highlights of the 2, the 3, and 4 Long Island Class Championships. We'll have a lot more Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on the New Balance High School Weekly. In New York City, they've crowned a new champion. Curtis High School, 16-10 over Tottenville. And we will flash back to the incredible game played out live on MSG Network Thanksgiving morning, Staples in Greenwich. The best high school football game I have ever seen, a 30-28 victory by the Wreckers. We'll have that and a whole bunch more. New Rochelle up at the Carrier Dome. We'll have all that Tuesday night, 10 o'clock. Back to you guys.
Looking forward to it. And all kinds of big players making big plays like Corey Bateman, and Mike was right. Westport, Connecticut was wild on Thanksgiving Day with Staples and Greenwich. A game that took every last second off the clock before it was decided.
What a great game that was. One of the most entertaining football games I've ever seen. Well, Freeport, a second down and 9. Here's Allen. Cuts it in, takes it inside the 15. Fourth quarter is underway here in this Long Island Class 1 Championship. And the Red Devils just 1 quarter away from capturing a title.
Well, Lou, if you're William Floyd now, you're thinking somehow, some way, get them to a 4th down. We've seen what an adventure the kicking game has been tonight. If you're Coach Longo now, somehow, some way, get them to have to go for it on 4th down. And then you can get a stop, you get a little momentum back, and maybe you get going the other way. But right now, you know, you see Freeport, they stick a touchdown on the board now. That's going to be a mighty hill to climb for the Colonials of William Floyd.
Allen takes the snap and is spun down at the 12-yard line. So it will bring up a 4th down for Freeport.
And Howder, once again, just amazing. The guy 66 is just all over the field. You know, he scooped and scored against Connecticut, did Kevin Howder. And De Silva forced it, and he had a great time having some fun with that. But he makes tackles all over the field. I mean, there are some guys who were just born to tackle people in the game of football. That's number 66, Kevin Howder. He has been impressive of a defender as we've seen this year.
4th down and about 5. Allen looking for the end zone. Fires! It's caught! Touchdown, Freeport! Ashanti Foster-Felder.
Spectacular navigation of the sidelines by Felder to get the one and only foot down that he needed in high school football. And you want to talk about a guy closing out his high school career in big fashion. Oh man, is Ashanti Foster-Felder doing that? 2 touchdowns in the regular season. This is his 3rd in the last 2 weeks, and he got the right foot down and snatched it with his hands. A special play on 4th down. That has got to be frustrating. You know, that's one of those tip your cap plays, Lou. A guy goes up and snatches the ball out of the air like that. I mean, there's not much you can do.
And Lopez in to kick the extra point. The kick gone the way, and it is good. 10:30 remaining 4th quarter. In command at the moment. They lead at 32-14.
Watch the 2-time All-County selection, Foster-Felder. That ball is on a line coming at him. That's got some zip on it. It's a rope, and he snatches it and gets the 1 foot in. And both the officials were right on it. You know, Russ Ellen, admittedly so, said we have not done the job we needed to do with Ashante Foster-Felder this year. This is an all-county receiver. He caught 11 touchdown passes last year, but we just couldn't get the ball to him this year. You know how much Ashante Foster-Felder complained? Zero. Zippo. This guy was all about the team, whatever it takes, coach. He's an A student. Cornell and UPenn would love to get him. And let me tell you, whichever one does is getting an absolute steal when you talk about a receiver. 6'1", 180 pounds. But you know what? They list him at 6 feet. To me, he looks like he's 6'3" on the football field because he plays bigger. He extends. He goes up and gets the football. Special, special player having a special night in the Long Island Championship.
Ashante Foster-Felder gives the Red Devils a 32-14 lead. 4 catches, 85 yards, 2 of those receptions going for touchdowns here in this championship game.
Worth another mention, 2 touchdowns all year, 3 in the last 2 weeks. The semifinals and the championship. You get into the big dance, you got to raise your level. Ashante Foster-Felder.
Points off turnovers, Freeport with 13 huge points. They have cashed in. Short kick, and across the 30-yard line, up the sidelines. Good return there by Darryl Moore, the quarterback, who returns the kickoff.
All over the field. You see these players, they don't leave the field. Foster-Felder out there on kickoff, the QB returning it. It's empty the tank time for these guys. You know what? They're seniors. Their high school careers are winding down, and you want to do everything you can in your final high school football game. There's no question about that.
Darryl Moore, so well respected by his teammates. He's been a great leader for this Colonial football team. Trying to engineer another big drive here for Floyd. He delivers outside, incomplete.
Now, you mentioned Darryl Moore being a leader for Floyd, Lou, and we always talk about the student athlete and what they're up against, on an everyday. And Darryl Moore is a kid who gets good grades in school. He plays on the football team, but every day after football practice, he goes to work and he works at night. And, you talk about balancing your schedule and your time, and he's done it to perfection.
He fires over to his tight end, Rick Stoner, breaks the tackle, breaks into the clear. Stoner across the 40, the 30-yard line, makes a cut and steps out of bounds inside the 25. A big gainer for Rick Stoner and the Colonials.
Well, his brother Terry was the quarterback of the 05 team, their first undefeated team. And Stoner's had a huge year. An all-county wide receiver, captain, had such an off season that he became captain. And it's because of impact plays like this. You see him turn and burn. They just love the way he goes after the football all year long.
35 yards on the reception. 1st and 10, William Floyd. Darryl Moore running the option, pitches to Miller, the ball fumbled. It looks like Floyd has been able to recover at the 32-yard line. Let's wait and see. No, it's Freeport. So the Red Devils recover the fumble, another Floyd turnover.
Well, Matt Werner makes a really good play here. Number 52 for the Red Devils, defending the option. Watch number 52 here. Runs out of the option, shuts it down. Now watch him pin the ball carrier down. Don't let that guy move. He pins Miller down there, and that gives his teammates an opportunity to come get that football. He's had some real big games. Huge game against Baldwin, moving him around different positions, and Paul Longo knows, you turn the ball over in a championship game, it could spell disaster. 4 turnovers for Floyd.
Freeport calls timeout with 9:55 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Red Devils with another opportunity after a Floyd turnover. They lead 32-14.
Watch this play once again, Lou. They string the play out. But you see, watch 52. Once he knows the ball, see, he does the old wrestling move. He pinned the ball carrier down so he can't go get it. And that gives his teammates an opportunity to come in there and scratch and claw for it. Werner, excellent lacrosse kid. Yeah, you got a little juice if you're the band now for Freeport, Lou. You can smell it. You look up, 32-14. You're knocking on the door again. You're getting more and more separation on your opponent. And it's never lost on a guy like Russ Selland what it's like to get into these games. Last time they won it was 2003. So this is going to be something they're going to cherish in Red Devil country.
Let's check in with Maggie.
Yeah, guys, you can see Luke Miller down. It's a right ankle, but he said that he did not hear any kind of pop or a snap. So they're still doing some tests on him on the sideline, although he looks like he's in pain. Someone who will not be returning is Vontrell Nash, number 18 for Floyd, the wide receiver. He is out with a right ankle sprain, guys.
All right, Maggie, Kevin Allen carries, takes it up across the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's a tough turnover after you got the big pass play from Stoner, and you can see them working on Miller. Miller's been such a gamer tonight, Lou. We've thoroughly enjoyed watching him play. I mean, his toughness tonight and running in short yards, and, who could forget the touchdown he scored with the second effort. So he has left it, all on the field where he should, in this big game tonight. And if he doesn't return to the field, it was worth a ride for Luke Miller.
Boy, it looks like he wants to desperately get back on that field, doesn't it? They're kind of holding him back.
Yeah, he's just a junior. He's going to be such a big part of this team next year. And you see them just testing him out.
Second down and about 6 upcoming. A penalty flag thrown. Delay of game against Freeport. That will back the Red Devils up 5. Well, Nassau County has lost 5 straight Long Island Class 1 finals. The Red Devils trying to break that skid.
Yeah, they lost it last year to Connecticut at Russ Selland. It was not their theme. I found that hard to believe, but
here's Kevin Allen looking to get outside, runs out of room across the 35. And a pickup of about 5 or 6 on the carry. Clock stops, 8:56 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when you look at the last few Long Island Class 1 champions, there's a Nassau void in that. I mean, there's Freeport in 2003 to Nassau, and then it's been the Suffolk smashing, Longwood, Floyd, Connecticut. Suffolk County has the overall edge. 18th year of these Long Island championships, through 18 years they've been playing these games. It is 40-28 overall, Suffolk coming into this game. So Nassau will draw one closer with a victory by Freeport in this game, making it 40-29. That separation, though, don't forget, it was really close, but you talk about 8-0 for Suffolk County in the last 2 years.
Kevin Allen dives ahead, picks up another Red Devil first down. Clock ticks down, 8:45 left here in the fourth quarter.
Garden City winning their 4th Long Island championship. North Babylon leads overall. They lose that Long Island championship. They have 6 Long Island championships in their history. That's stout.
Allen carrying defenders with him across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line.
And Cantalupo just relentless in his pursuit of Kevin Allen right there, number 50 in green, just coming after him. And he is a load, Kevin Allen. I mean, just such a solid kid, great body on him. 5'11", 215 pounds, and they're in such great shape. The one thing about Freeport, the Red Devils, they do their running, their gassers, before practice begins. That's the first thing they do. They stretch and they run. And it's a theory Russ Selland has that he wants them to practice tired. You know what I mean? Because he wants them to be fatigued while they're executing their offense and defense. So when you get into a game, that's pretty much the situation you're going to be in.
Allen keeps himself flagged down from behind. Kevin Howder, excellent defensive play.
You know what? Listen, these championships being held at Stony Brook next year, and boy, they got to be happy when they see Howder. he absolutely stalked the ball carrier on that last play. And this is an all-county linebacker. He will be an all-Long Island linebacker, no question about it. Coming to Stony Brook for his college football career, and he's got such unbelievable football instincts.
Third down for Kevin Allen. Has the first down, much more, across the 40, the 30-yard line, to the 20, 15, stays in bounds at the 10. Touchdown, Freeport.
Well, that's a virtuoso play for a virtuoso performance. How many dimensions there were to that run. Stiff arms, navigating the sidelines, the burst, the speed, everything on display for Kevin Allen as he continues to pile up his Nassau County record for touchdowns. Look at it. The bounce to the outside. Here comes the juke. Here comes a stiff arm coming up here, right here. See ya. The last 10 yards into the end zone. Kevin Allen.
And Lopez in to kick the extra point. Snap good. Kick is on the way, and it hits the crossbar. Might have been partially deflected. But the Red Devils enjoy a 38-14 lead. Kevin Allen putting on another great performance, and his Red Devils can taste a Long Island championship.
It is all Freeport now on the MSG High School Football Game of the Week. 38-14 in this Long Island Championship. This game presented by New Balance. Time for our USA Football Click and Create play of the game. And it's the defense into the offense for the Red Devils of Freeport. And the captains were putting their talents on display. First, it's Michael Groover. Steps in, playing the ball beautifully. And Groover's got a pick. He's got 2 on the night for Freeport. But the story of this game is number 20, Ramblin' Kevin Allen, the Hemi. 4 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns for Hemi Allen on this night. What a performance in a Long Island championship. Running for 4, Louis, and passing for 2. That is what legends are made of.
Absolutely a dominating performance here in this championship game by Kevin Allen.
Please, Louis, call him Hemi.
Scoring drive, 7 plays, 69 yards. And, of course, it was capped off by the 49-yard touchdown run.
I'm telling you, Lou, he's a great connoisseur of cars. He loves to work on cars, old cars. If you look at a Dodge out there, when it's got the Hemi on the front fender, it says HEMI. That means it's supercharged, and that's just what this guy is on this night. He has been supercharged.
Well, Freeport just 6 minutes and 54 seconds away from the Long Island Championship.
Look at that placement, Andres Lopez. You know, he's trying to combat that wind. He says, you know what, I'm not even going to put it on the tee. I'm just going to lean it against the front.
That's been a struggle tonight to try to keep the ball on the tee. Line drive kick to the 20-yard line. And here is Moore. Darrell Moore brings it back up across the 40. So William Floyd has good field position, but they trail by a whole lot. They're down by 24 points. At one point, this was a 19-14 game.
Yes. And Paul Longo has seen the turnovers cost him. And a great coach like Coach Longo knows you got to take care of the football in games like this. But, you know, not only the turnovers, but Kevin Allen. I mean, you know, we saw Paul Longo in the locker room before the game.
And the handoff goes up the middle. New quarterback in the game for William Floyd. And that is A.J. Antranto, freshman. He'll be the starter next year. Very interesting story. Most valuable player on the JV as an 8th grader. So they're very excited about the future for him.
Yeah, you know, why not, too? You know, you get his feet wet in a setting like this, and A.J. got a great arm. You know, he has had some experience. He threw 2 touchdown passes versus Longwood when Darrell got some cramps. And they have real high expectations for A.J. Otranto.
He carries the football, and the ball's loose on the ground. Another fumble. And what's the signal here? And it's Freeport football.
When it rains, it pours. And the Red Devils, they are relentless right now. Michael Groover, he's been grooving all night. I've been holding off on that one, Lou.
Well, he got it in with plenty of time to spare.
I did.
5:44 left.
And listen, this will be a tough one for Luke Miller and company. Just a junior, he'll be back. You know, a season that started on a down note for William Floyd, losing their first game. But boy, they circled the wagons, and maybe people counted them out a little bit. They lose their opener, and they ripped off 10 straight wins to get into this Long Island championship. And here to represent Suffolk County.
So Kevin Allen still in there. Finds a little bit of a seam, takes it across midfield, and dives into Floyd territory at the 48.
Well, you remember Paul Longo before the game, folks. We'll take you back into William Floyd's locker room. Listen to their head coach. He knew the guy to stop was the guy you're looking at right now.
At number 20 on their team is a great player. All right? He plays a lot of positions. If we can stay on the ball offensively a lot, then he has to use his, it's only got so much energy in that battery of his, right? And if he's using it up, tackling us and chasing us, that makes him less effective on offense for them, right? If he's got to worry about tackling us, we got to keep the ball.
Well, there you go, Lou.
There's Allen again. There he goes. Dives across the 20-yard line.
I mean, it was no secret. It was what Paul Longo told us about stopping Freeport. It was about Kevin Allen. This is his time now. And they had hoped maybe he would wear down, as you heard Coach Longo chronicle, playing offense and defense. But this is where you got to pay tribute to the conditioning of Kevin Allen and the time he puts in. You know, on Maggie's visit earlier this week, you know, Kevin Allen was talking to Maggie, and he missed the start of their sprints. He caught up with them eventually, but he knew in the back of his mind, Lou, that he missed a couple of those sprints early. So when practice was over, there was Kevin Allen making up the sprints that he missed early in the practice. That stuff does not go unnoticed by the coach.
Well, Russ Ellen said of Allen, he just loves to compete. He has a great time out there. He just loves to play the game of football.
Man, listen, this is legendary stuff when you talk about a Long Island championship, you know, throwing for 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards, rushing for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not bad, folks, for a guy who didn't put on a football helmet to the 8th grade. But somewhere his brothers Charles and James, his uncle Jimmy, his uncle Kevin, they know that all those backyard games in the Allen house have paid off now.
Allen again dives inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. Clock ticks down, 3:45 left here in this Class 1 championship game.
31 touchdowns coming into this game, make it 35 now with the 4 he scored tonight. He scored 10 as a sophomore, 13 as a junior, and now 35 touchdowns as a senior. And don't forget, this is not a Freeport team that beat teams by 30, 40 points. They needed a lot of those touchdowns this year. They played a lot of close games, did Freeport. They had a 2-game losing streak. So Kevin Allen, that's your MVP.
Allen at the 10, dives inside the 10-yard line. Should have enough for the first down. And it would be 1st and goal for the Red Devils.
His pregame ritual, though, I asked if he had any rituals. He said yes. 2 bananas and a Gatorade. So for all you young running backs out there, that's maybe the direction you want to go in. Oh, man.
Well, he's a great spokesperson for that ritual, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Here's a first and goal. 2:45 left. Allen just dives up the middle, takes it down to about the 7-yard line.
Had to be tough for these guys, both sides. The Long Island Championship, played on Thanksgiving weekend, and, you have a little practice on Thanksgiving morning. Kevin Allen told us he was at his mom's house, Valerie Allen. His grandma, Mrs. Allen, did all the cooking. But these guys, all these kids out there today, got to be a little anxiety on Thanksgiving, knowing what's ahead of you on that upcoming weekend. The final weekend of high school football in Long Island. Long Island does not participate in the New York State Championship. So as Mike Quick and myself make our way up to the Carrier Dome later on today to see New Rochelle and Nanuet, New York play, these guys, their season will end here.
Kevin Allen hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped Kevin Howder in to make the play.
And that was always by design 18 years ago that Long Island decided, you know what? It's too far, it's too costly, it's too much on our fans, and we don't get enough fans up there in Syracuse. Let's create an event where the champion of Nassau plays the champion of Suffolk. We'll call it the Long Island Championship. And 18 years later, this is the event it has become. And it is a good event. I'm sure, there's still a little bit of divide. Maybe some of these kids like Howder want to go up and play, a Syracuse team or something. But all in all, it has been an outstanding event they have created.
Here's a third down play. Kevin Allen keeps it. It is hit inside the 10, and we're down to a minute left. Well, as we said earlier, you're growing up as a young football player on Long Island. It's your dream to play in this Long Island Championship, and these kids really mean it. This is the biggest game of their young lives.
And they know about it, and especially you play with programs with so much history, as both these programs do. They know those who have walked in these shoes before them. And Freeport gets into the playoffs. Round one, they beat Oceanside 63-24. They had only beat them by 6 in the regular season. Allen had 309 yards and 6 touchdowns in the first round. Did he set the tone for what his postseason would be, or not, or what?
Kevin Allen hit, and he'll be dropped on 4th down with just 20 seconds left. Floyd will take over, but Freeport ready to celebrate a Long Island title.
The only problem in that round one loss was they lost their senior quarterback, Paulie Kitchens, broke his throwing hand. So for round 2, Russ Sullen said to Kevin Allen, listen, are you okay with this? I got to give you the ball and make you the quarterback. Everything's going to run to you. Kevin Allen had 2 words for his head coach. Oh, yeah. They go into round 3 against Baldwin. They had beaten them 7-0 in the regular season. They hold Baldwin to 4 first downs on defense, 62 total yards. Kevin Allen runs for 292 yards, and they win it 34-0. And then they beat Farmingdale 28-7 in the first game of the season, the regular season, and they beat them in the finale. After that game was 14-all, they run away from him. Allen with 242 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also threw for a touchdown against Farmingdale in that Suffolk-Nassau County Championship. So what a run for the Roses it has been for Freeport.
And Freeport begins to celebrate their first Long Island Championship since 2003.
Into the arms of Jerry Mackey. All right, Kev, get him into that 96 DeVille, because you guys are the Long Island champs.
And Russ Sullen gets the bat from Kevin Allen, and he begins to celebrate. What a performance by number 20 and his Red Devil teammates as they win the 2009 Class 1 Long Island Championship by the score of 38-14.
Russ Sullen has stated it, one of his most satisfying teams he's ever been around. These guys smiled, They had fun. They were the only team that smiled from Maggie Gray's headshots. When we take the pictures of the kids, you know, when you see in the first quarter for the starting lineup, she lines them all up to take a picture. The Red Devils, man, they were having a good time with this. They smiled from the first game to the last. And that kind of temperament, that kind of positive disposition for Kevin Allen and his Red Devils has led them to the promised land. They are champions.
Well, there's a lot for Freeport to be smiling about here tonight. Freeport wins the Long Island Championship, defeating Floyd by the score of 38-14 here on the MSG Football Game of the Week. Welcome back to the MSG High School Football Game of the Week presented by New Balance. The Long Island Championship goes to Freeport as the Red Devils defeat the Colonials of William Floyd by the score of 38-14. And what a performance it was by the spectacular senior running back of Freeport, Kevin Allen. He did it through the air. 2 touchdown passes on the night. And of course, as you might imagine, he dominated on the ground. 4 touchdowns rushing, over 340 yards of total offense. Let's now check in with Maggie Gray and our New Balance player of the game. Maggie?
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Hemi Allen. Kevin Allen, congratulations. We've nicknamed you Hemi for all the power that you have today. 4 touchdowns rushing, 2 passings, total dominance.
Yes. It all goes, like, again, it goes credit to my whole team. Like, they stayed behind me. Coach put this game in my hands, so he said, don't worry about it, do your best. And they rolled my back, and I led them to the LIC.
17 postseason touchdowns for you. When you think how close you came to not even making the postseason, how much sweeter does it make this championship?
It feels great because, you know, Coach, he told me, so players, you got to come out a different player, go even harder. Like, players is dangerous. Every team is dangerous. Anybody can get eliminated.
All right, well, Hemi Allen, our player of the game. You're a Long Island champ. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Maggie, and what a game it was for Kevin Allen and his Freeport Red Devils as they capture their first Long Island championship since 2003. Kevin Allen accounting for over 340 yards of total offense. Shanti Foster-Felder takes it in for the first score, and the Red Devils were on their way. Today's game was produced by Bob Lawani and directed by Sean Magan. Our associate director was Jeff Ostella, and our graphics coordinator was Dan Stutterman. The senior coordinating producer of high school sports on MSG is Jackie Lyons. And our buddy Mike Quick gives you the scoop on the entire tri-state high school scene on the New Balance High School Weekly. You can catch it Tuesday night at 10 p.m. right here on MSG. Well, thanks for tuning in to high school football all season long on MSG. For Maggie Gray and Jimmy Cavallo and our entire high school football Game of the Week crew who did a superb job all season long, I'm Lou Brogno saying so long from Stony Brook. Freeport wins the Long Island Championship.